Math 76, lesson 119, sales tax, writing percentages, fractions, part 2. Sales tax. So sales tax is a really interesting thing. It's just, it's an extra bit of money that the government charges every time you make a purchase, right? That's what sales tax is. And sometimes you hear your parents complaining about taxation, etc., and how high taxes are. Well, if you go to a grocery store and you go buy a candy bar for $1, and the sticker price says this candy bar is $1, you don't actually pay $1. You usually end up paying about $1.08 or $1.09, or who knows how high sales tax is going to get. But there's usually about a 7 to 8.25% sales tax nowadays. So yeah, I think most places are around 7.5 or 8% sales tax. So what happens to that extra sales tax money is that money goes to the government. So every time you buy something, you're actually paying the government tax along with the person for the price of the item. So that's what a sales tax is. Tax. That's what sales tax is. Let's figure out how we can calculate sales tax before we buy an item, right? So let's say you go to 7-Eleven and you buy $6.48 worth of Slurpees or candy or chips, whatever your favorite snack is. You've got $6.48 of snacks, right? You did the math in your head. This is going to cost $6.48. But when you get to the register, they're going to charge you more because you have to pay sales tax. Let's say the sales tax is 8%, right? So how do I find out what the 8% sales tax is of this number? It's very simple. We're going to use our good old-fashioned decimal times of equals is formula. If I take the decimal, I multiply it by a number, I now learn what that decimal value is. So first, I'm going to take my percent, 8%, I'm going to convert it to a decimal. I go 1, 2, kapow, 8% is now a decimal, 0.08. Now I'm going to multiply that decimal by my of number. So 0.8 times this will tell me what the 8% is every single time. Oh, that was, oh no, I'll never recover from this crooked line. Hold on, I have whiteout. Haha, it's gone. It never happened. You guys can't even tell that something went wrong. There's no signs of the mistake anywhere. So let's multiply by 0.08. Oh, that was a much better line. Okay, 8 times 8 gives me 64, carry the 6. 8 times 4 is 32. 32 plus 6 is 38. 8 times 6, 48, plus 3, 51. So, 51. I could multiply the zeros, but the zero is not going to change anything. So let's just go ahead and add our final decimal amount, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places, 0.51. Actually, 0.5184. Hey, remember how a while back we had all those lessons where we had to round to the nearest cent? That's what we're going to do now. So if we remember, there's no such thing as, 5,184 cents. That's actually just 51 and 84 hundredths of a cent. So we'll round to the hundredths place, right? That's how we round to the nearest cent. So this isn't 51.84 cents. This is actually 52 cents, right? Because that 8 is going to round that up. So it's 0.52 cents. So it's 52 cents of sales tax, right? So that's how much sales tax we're going to pay. Now, what if they wanted to find out what the total is, right? Sometimes they'll say, hey, I don't just want to find the sales tax. I want you to find out what the new total is, right? So the new total would be taking the original cost plus the sales tax, so $6.48, plus the sales tax of 52 cents, which I found by rounding. Let's add those together. 8 plus 2 is 10, carry the 1. 4 plus 1 plus 5 is 10, carry the 1. 6 plus 1 is 7. Hey, $7. That would be your actual total, right? That's it for sales tax. Now let's talk about writing percents. Let's talk about writing percents as fractions, part 2. All right, what happens when we have fractional percents? My recording? Uh-oh, my recording paused. Did I ever unpause it? Oh no, where did it pause at? Okay, the day is saved. I went back, I watched what's recorded so far. Okay, what you guys missed in the little time jump where the recording paused is we have to turn this fractional percent, 33 1/3, into a fraction. Sorry, 33 1/3%. We have to turn this percent number into a fraction. Now, where this gets tricky is, remember, to turn our percents into fractions, we just take the percent and write it over 100, right? So I'll take 33 1/3. I'll write that over 100, and that's weird. What is this? What is that? Why is there fractions on fractions on fractions? I don't understand. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to remember one of those little mantras that I've been trying to get you guys to understand all school year, which is that fractions are the same operation as division, right? This could be read as the numerator divided by the denominator. So that's what I'm going to do. Whenever I have a fractional percent, instead of writing it like this, I'm going to write it as a division problem. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take 33 and 1/3, and I'm going to divide it by 100 horizontally instead of writing it as a fraction. Now, once I do this, it's very clear how I should solve this problem. I need to turn this mixed number into an improper fraction. I do that by multiplying and adding. 33 times 3 gives me 99. 99 plus 1 gives me 100 over 3. So I've rewritten that number. Now, to divide by 100, I have to write that as a fraction, but then to divide, I have to multiply by the reciprocal. So I'm going to take this number, I'm going to turn it upside down. So now it's becoming 1 over 100, and instead of dividing, now I'm multiplying. Great. So now I've got 100 over 3 times 1 over 100, and to finish solving, hey, I can cross cancel, I can reduce. 100 goes into 100 one time each, so now 1 times 1 is 1, 3 times 1 is 3, and the fraction is 1/3. Awesome. So it's that simple, that's all you have to do. Whenever you have fractional percents and you have to turn them into a fraction, instead of writing them over 100, we're just going to write them horizontally as a division problem. 33 1/3 divided by 100. Then we solve it the same way we would if it were a mixed number division problem. Convert to an improper fraction, and then multiply by the reciprocal. That's it for this lesson. If you guys have any questions, let me know in class. And yes. Or sorry, no, if you have any questions, let me know on the school website, and I'll see you in class. I thought I said something backwards there.